Hey everybody, Naturally Caffeinated Dale here. It is Wednesday, the 19th of May, 2021. This is your positive quote of the day. Your positive quote of the day today is from a guy named Henry Ward Beecher. Anybody? Anyone? Bueller? Do you know? No, I didn't know. Henry Ward Beecher was an American Congressionalist clergyman, social reformer, and speaker known for his support of the abolition of slavery. His emphasis on God's love and his 1875 adultery trial. His rhetorical focus on Christ's love has influenced mainstream Christianity to this day. Here's what he had to say. He said, compassion will cure more sins than condemnation. So it's easy sometimes to see something you don't like, somebody making a mistake, somebody doing something wrong, somebody that isn't, doing something right, and going ahead and condemning them directly, condemning them loudly, condemning them to somebody else. But the one thing that we maybe don't do as well as we can, at least I don't, is focus on when somebody is doing something wrong, how do we look at that situation and try to help them with a level of compassion, right? We don't understand where that person's coming from. We don't understand maybe what's going on in their world, and we maybe rush to judgment. I see that happen a lot. I know I've done it. I'm trying to be better at it. So when we see somebody is doing something wrong, it's a sin. Obviously there's the 10 of them, the commandments, but there are a lot of little sins that you can do, things that you do wrong, things that are mistakes or not being nice, etc. There's things that you do that are sins. And compassion will do a lot more to fix that than condemnation. Part of that is when part of that's in the approach. And if you think about that, if you're doing something wrong and somebody came to you and said, you suck, why are you doing it? They're kind of arguing with you. And that could be a boss, that could be a parent, that could be a friend or an enemy, maybe somebody that you don't get along with great. But if there's something that's not happening the way you'd like it to, it's much better to kind of come at that with a very soft, approach that just kind of asks a question. So, hey, tell me about that. Why did you do that? Hey, I'm just kind of curious. Can you walk me through that? And I think if people start to understand it, or if they do it with a little more compassion, people maybe start to feel how somebody else might feel if the way they're behaving is not appropriate or not great, maybe how that can affect others negatively. If they start to understand it and you approach it with more of a soft approach and a compassionate approach, then I think overall that interaction is a lot more healthy. Also, the person's probably much more apt to be receptive to your feedback if you approach it with an approach of compassion versus an approach of condemnation. Just a thought. I want to thank you for watching the channel. I appreciate you. Please go ahead and hit that like button. Tell your friends how cool this is if you think it's cool. And I will talk to you again tomorrow.